Boxing is not sprinting. 10.53 tells Usain Bolt, I'm the top man. I stay at the top of them rankings, and that's that. All the endorsement money is going to come to me. It doesn't matter if someone's got bigger biceps than me or a nice set of teeth. I'm going to get the majority of the endorsement money. I'm the world record holder, Olympic champion, world champion. That's sprinting. Boxing doesn't work like that. And to weaken Keith Thurman's case, he doesn't have the credentials that Usain Bolt has. What he has is 2 belts, WBC, WBA, 2 good victories, albeit close decisions, but good victories nevertheless, in the last 2 years. Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. Good. Pacquiao, since the Floyd Mayweather loss, there's Timothy Bradley and Jesse Vargas. Keith Thurman believes that his 2 belts and his wins over Porter and Garcia should catapult him ahead of Manny Pacquiao in the rankings. I don't know what rankings he was talking about. Ring Magazine, perhaps, or guys like Dan Rafael has him at number 2 and Pacquiao at number 1. And rightly so, he wants the Pacquiao fight. He does want the Pacquiao fight. And he does have a strong case for being ranked as the number 1 welterweight. He does. But that's all it is a case. But this is probably Thurman's best opportunity to beat someone like a Pacquiao. Pacquiao is doing Senate duties and stuff like that. He's still a force in the boxing world, but he's got half of one leg in the door and the other half out. Bob Arum probably isn't going to allow him to take on a task like that unless he's fully prepared and it's a real event where, they're caking off. See, the thing is, Jeff Horn is a highly ranked contender, and they've probably done a deal where they're going to get a nice percentage out of that Australian pay-per-view revenue. Yes, it's a cherry pick. Yes, it's amazing how he's ranked so highly in the rankings. I agree. And yes, I know it should all be about boxing, but without talking about stuff like this, it can be naive. You can say it's naive. This is Thurman's first weight class. Manny Pacquiao has fought battles in many weight classes against world-class opposition for years. If Thurman is the top welterweight, it's not a resounding, yes, I'm that dude. He hasn't won none of the championship fights really convincingly. The one time Monica hasn't showed up, he said he wants the Pacquiao fight before Errol Spence, but why? People are more interested in the Spence fight. Everyone knows that Pacquiao's defining fight was against Floyd and he lost that. I understand why he wants that, but, he is kind of being naive to what I just said there. And there's going to be no easy shortcuts to be a superstar. I'm afraid there isn't, It's Spence or some of them big-ass light middleweights, which he probably doesn't want to take on. A Lara or a Charlo. Probably, I understand. I understand why he don't want to take it on. But he moves up to light middle, and let's say if Canelo was staying there instead of fighting Triple G, he wouldn't get that fight either. I mean, Jermell Charlo has been relatively impressive in recent fights. He's not getting that fight. Lara got it. Didn't get no rematch, even though it was very tight on the scorecards. In many people's opinions, Lara won. He wouldn't get it. Thurman has avoided this. I'm not saying duck. He's avoided that Errol Spence fight since Floyd called him out, and a lot of people were on his side saying, well, we don't have to do what Floyd does. You don't have to do what Floyd does, man. You know what I mean? But none of you who said that in Keith's favour, you can't do shit for him in terms of securing him a super fight. If you fought Errol Spence when Floyd made the proposition on his undercard and defeated Spence, he could have just went up to the ring apron, give me the mic. Yo, Floyd, I just beat your boy. You're next. What would Floyd do then? Even Mayweather's most ardent supporters would be in a cul-de-sac of, yo, Floyd, you got to take this guy on. You got to take him on now. But I alliterated this. A few people echoed these same sentiments, but you're not getting this Pacquiao fight. Yeah? I don't think Floyd's coming back to fight contenders. He's looking at Conor McGregor, and that's even looking unlikely now. Pacquiao could disappear from the game for good any second, and there's no cash cows to give anyone anything. You have to battle it out with each other. When Thurman fights, the final bell goes, and Keith isn't mentioned in boxing talk or in any kind of social settings at all, really. And it's a shame because the The Porter was a modern day classic, and I thought the Garcia fight was really good too. But, you know, they're not pay-per-view fights. They're just regular Showtime or PBC or whatever format they're on. While Spence is going to take him over. If he beats Brook in England, you know, people are going to be talking about. This is what American writers are talking about. You know, 90,000 in the UK. You know, this is where the Queen lives and all that quaint shit. Yeah, you got to be amongst it, man. I mean, if you really want the Pacquiao fight, you're not even vocal about that, really. You know what I mean? Like, he hasn't got the extracurricular stuff outside the ring to attract a fight like that. Chavez Jr. is doing pay-per-view before this guy. Chavez Jr. is doing pay-per-view before Keith Thurman. They're talking about the Porter rematch. The first was a classic. Is that going to be pay-per-view? I'm not saying pay-per-view is the mark of greatness. We clearly see in America that it's not. But nevertheless, that's the only way you're going to get a Pacquiao fight is if you can at least headline a pay-per-view yourself. You've got to be doing at least enough to headline a pay-per-view to get a fight with Canelo. You've got to be a marquee name of some kind. Now, Chavez had his daddy's name to get these fights. What do you have? Get yourself a plane ticket, like Deontay Wilder, right? Call Eddie Hearn and say, yo, I need to be in on the commentary on the Brook and Spence fight with a view that I'd like to take on the winner. I've got 2 belts, WBC, WBA. Your boy Brook's only got 1. What? That's the easier fight to make. You'll do good, great pay-per-view numbers in the UK. The Spence fight would be a great domestic American clash. 3 belts on the line. Yeah? Pacquiao will be forced into making a decision. Fight the winner of Thurman and Spence or retire. You have to corner these guys into pay-per-views. You can't just, I want a pay-per-view because I think I'm number 1. That's just not going to work. And your fans can scream the video down and thumbs it down. I'm right. I am right. And that's that. It's not about, well, why should he? Why should he? That's a stupid argument. The why should he argument is dumb. I'm going to stop saying people are dumb. I've been told to stop saying that, and I understand. But that is dumb. Why should he? It's dumb. You need to come with something better than why should he. There's only a few guys who can demand what fight they want. Anthony Joshua is one of them now. He's become one of them guys. I can demand to fight who I want. Klitschko, even now Klitschko's still got that pulling power. Canelo, Pacquiao. There's no one else. There's no one else. I mean, I look at Andre Ward, man, and I'm like, he lost his prime, in my opinion, with that Dan Goosen thing. I think if he was active when that was happening and he transitioned organically from super middleweight to light heavy, I don't even think the Kovalev fight would be close, to be honest with you. He lost his prime. But, you know, he's trying to be a great. Look what he's doing. He's fighting Kovalev twice, man. Kovalev is a fucking scary guy to fight. He's fighting this guy twice. And you're talking about you want the Pacquiao fight before Brook? Or Spence, I should say. You know, Ward is realistic. There's no easy way to greatness. And there's not even any pay-per-view fighters near the guy. Yeah? I know Ward and Kovalev was pay-per-view, but come on, man. I mean, them numbers ain't even worthy of calling pay-per-view. There's no box office stars near Ward. But he's still doing what he has to get that recognition, taking on the dangerous fights. It's a gamble, but he gets to roll the dice every time he wins. And, you know, just see what's over the precipice, man. It might be, gold. You have a pay-per-view guy near you, Pacquiao, but the opportunity's going to run out. And Spence is going to be one of the only ways through. And even then, it probably won't land you the fight. But Brook Spence is going to be one of the only routes through. If you don't take one of them fights there, you're not going to get none of the pay-per-view guys in the ring. You know, 0 chance. It's not rocket science. Take the fight that people want to see you in. Yeah? Keith turned into Keith Murray using all types of long words of why he's going to do what he's going to do. And like, listen, no one's listening to that. Simplify your mission. Take on the fights people want to see you in. No one's calling for a Pacquiao fight in the mainstream. Nobody. None of the writers. None of them. First you get the power, then you get the money, then you get the...